You really are a class act. And you know what? You're bringing ventriloquism to the next level. Who knew that you can make so many different voices?
My next guest was 12 years old when she wowed the nation performing as a singing ventriloquist on America's Got Talent. Say hello to Darci Lynne, farmer, and her friend Petunia.
You made my heart melt. You were brilliant. I'm trying to describe how amazing it was. You know what?
I mean, that night I was so delirious. I was just like, is this even happening to me? I mean, I remember going to bed that night and just saying my life is literally never gonna be the same.
Darci Lynne recently confirmed the rumors about an America's Got Talent hoax, and it's not what most people expected. When she first wowed the audience with her ventriloquism and singing, viewers were completely amazed by her talent. But what many didn't know was that her story had more twists than what was shown on TV. Could there be more untold truths behind the scenes? We will uncover the real story of what really happened during her rise to fame that the showrunners don't want you to know. The untold rise of Darci Lynne. Did you realize that Darci's rise to fame was about more than just her innate ability? It was a mix of intense competitions, tough decisions, and a concealed coach who played a significant role in molding her career, far beyond what anyone could see. What was this tough decision? And who was this behind-the-scenes coach? Let's dive into the lesser-known story of Darci Lynne, exploring the backstage drama, personal hurdles, and surprising discoveries that the American viewers missed out on. But what happened backstage that changed everything for Darci? There's one hidden moment that could completely alter how you see her story. Stay tuned, and we'll reveal it soon. Darci Lynne won America's Got Talent in 2017 when she was only 12, and she quickly became a sensation. Before all the fame, she was a shy kid who loved to make her puppets talk and sing. Despite her young age, Darci mastered the art of ventriloquism and managed to deeply connect with her audience, largely thanks to her mentor. Mentorship has been crucial for many stars, including Darci Lynne, Justin Bieber, and Billie Eilish. Darci's mentor, Gary, taught her more than just ventriloquism. He showed her how to truly engage with her audience, making her performances stand out. Today, we have Gary Owen with us, a well-known ventriloquist and entertainer, often called the voice of Oklahoma. I'm really happy to be part of your story, Gary tells us. He introduces his puppet, adding a bit of fun to the conversation. The guidance from Gary was vital, similar to the support Usher gave to Justin Bieber and the way Billie Eilish's brother, Phineas, helped her by co-writing and producing her music. This type of mentorship was key in boosting Darci's confidence on stage, which is essential for any performer. But did you know that Darci Lynne has also signed with a major record label? You might be curious about how a young ventriloquist landed a contract in the music business. Her mentor, Gary, didn't just focus on perfecting her ventriloquist skills. He also prepared her to deliver unforgettable performances. This all-around guidance equipped Darci with the confidence to face any audience, whether through her ventriloquism or singing. After her win on AGT, Simon Cowell, impressed by her talent, signed her to his label, Psycho Music, which also represents famous groups like One Direction and Little Mix. Being part of Psycho Music puts Darci in the company of top-notch producers and songwriters, helping her to refine her exceptional performances. Darci isn't only a ventriloquist, she's also a talented singer. Her debut single, Push Our Luck, showcases her musical skills. With the backing of Psycho Music, she focuses on what she loves most, performing. Gary Owen, with decades of experience as a ventriloquist and comedian, has been more than just a teacher to Darci Lynne. He's been a guiding force that shaped her into the celebrity we see today. Imagine stepping into the entertainment world as a young talent. This weekend, the 14-year-old ventriloquist Darci Lynne brings her fresh out of the box tour back to Oklahoma. While it's easy to get caught up in the technical skills of her act, Gary recognized that real success comes from forming a deeper connection with the audience. Consider how many young performers have the skill, but lack the confidence or presence to really stand out. Gary's role was to ensure that Darci had not just the skills, but also the right mindset to excel in any setting. Without someone like Gary, would she have reached such heights? Maybe, but his influence definitely sped up her progress, proving that the right mentor can truly make a huge difference. When you see Darci Lynne perform, Remember, there's a brilliant mentor behind her success, Gary Owen, who really helped her shine. If you like ventriloquism or just enjoy watching skilled performers, Darcy's experience with Gary is quite motivating. Reflect on her golden buzzer moment on America's Got Talent. They saw her potential, and she went on to become one of the youngest to ever win the show. She even got the most votes in the history of the show. But here's a twist. Despite her public success, Darci Lynne faced a tough personal battle when she was diagnosed with cancer in July 2020. Winning on stage wasn't the only challenge Darcy faced. Offstage, a different kind of fight tested her strength in ways no one saw coming. Her brave fight against cancer. After tough treatment and a lot of courage, she announced she was cancer-free. Hi everyone, it's Darci Lynne. I'm excited to say I've joined the fight against cancer with Love Your Melon. Although she hasn't shared the details of her cancer type, she didn't hide her struggle. Instead, she used her fame to talk about her experience and help raise awareness about cancer, supporting others who are going through it. She stepped up as a spokesperson for the cause. A big part of her efforts was her donation to the Toby Keith Foundation in Oklahoma, which helps kids with cancer. Check this out, she might say. Last night was the 20th year of the Toby Keith fundraiser, where all proceeds go to the OK Kids Corral. At a silent auction, they raised over $1 million to help families whose kids are fighting cancer. Through this and her ongoing efforts, Darcy shows she's more than just a performer. She's a powerful voice in the cancer battle, making a real difference. Darcy's story on America's Got Talent is not just about her ventriloquism, it's also about her strength and big heart. She keeps inspiring many with her bravery and dedication, showing that you can still contribute positively even in hard times. But did you know Darci Lynne has more talents besides ventriloquism? Yes, she loves playing the ukulele and piano, and she's really into dancing. Her skills extend beyond just making her puppets talk and sing. She started playing the piano when she was very young and loves making music and learning new songs. The piano is one of her favorite ways to express herself and have fun. And don't forget about dancing. Darcy loves to dance and often includes it in her performances. Whether it's a planned dance routine or just moving to the music, dancing helps Darcy connect with her audience and make her shows more exciting. She's also keen to learn hip-hop dance, attracted by its energetic moves and rhythms. Even though she's famous for ventriloquism, Darcy wants to explore different dance styles. This interest in expanding her talents beyond what we see on stage adds depth to her as a performer. Over the summer, many followed the story of 12-year-old Darci Lynne, the Deer Creek singing ventriloquist who won hearts all over America. Her path as a performer was highlighted when Simon Cowell and Richard Goodall, known for his positive and compassionate spirit, paid her a surprise visit. This turned into a powerful moment, showing how kindness and human connections can have a big impact. Simon shared a lesson he learned. If you want to succeed in life, it's about teamwork. Recognize everyone on your team. Since he realized this, whenever Simon walks into a room, he makes it a point to notice and appreciate everyone, from the person opening the door to others doing different jobs. The story started when a fan, bedridden and in poor health, reached out to share their lifelong admiration for the entertainment industry and for Simon Cowell in particular. They had always found inspiration in Cowell's shows and his ability to uplift others with his sharp sense of talent. Cowell's humor and commitment to excellence had a big impact on the fan, who, despite health challenges, found joy and comfort in watching Simon's appearances on shows like Britain's Got Talent and The X Factor. When Simon heard about this dying fan's wish, despite his busy life and commitments in the entertainment world, he was moved by the fan's story. He chose to respond in the most personal way, not for the media or public relations, but out of a true act of kindness and empathy, offering a rare look into the more humane side of the entertainment mogul. Richard Goodall, though not as famous as some, played a crucial role in a heartwarming event. Known for his positive impact through music and acting in his community, Richard was always ready to help others feel better. His natural kindness and ability to connect with people emotionally made him an ideal partner for Simon Cowell on a very special visit. Together, they formed a strong team, determined to make a memorable impact on a beloved fan and their family. As Darcy's success grew, a simple act of kindness would show everyone the real power behind fame. A heartfelt visit that changed a life. The day Simon Cowell and Richard Goodall walked into the fans' room, the air was filled with excitement, happiness, and a deep sense of appreciation. The fan, expecting a quiet and sad farewell, was greeted instead by two icons of the entertainment industry who stood for compassion, empathy, and human connection. Simon Cowell, often seen as a tough critic on TV, showed a much softer side during this visit. He spent time sitting with the fan, listening to their stories about how his shows had touched their life, and spoke kindly to them, showing genuine care and warmth. It was clear that Simon was there not as a celebrity judge, but as someone who deeply cared about making the fans' last moments as happy as possible. Meanwhile, Richard Goodall brought his own unique energy into the room with his musical talents. His calming songs, carefully picked for this moment, brought peace and hope, helping the fan to relax and enjoy the moment. Richard's music had always been healing for many, and that day it was the perfect backdrop to a meaningful goodbye. This visit turned what could have been just another celebrity appearance into an exceptional display of human kindness, providing not just entertainment, but meaningful closure and happiness. The atmosphere, once heavy with the sadness of an upcoming loss, was now lively with laughter, engaging talks, and Richard's soothing music. Tears were shed not just out of sadness, but from overwhelming gratitude for the time spent together that uplifted everyone's spirits. The fan, who had dreaded a lonely end, felt peace and fulfillment, having been touched by Simon and Richard in deep and meaningful ways. Their visit gave a priceless gift, a moment of true connection, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, kindness and care can bring light and transform lives. In the following days, the story of their visit spread far and wide, touching many hearts and showing the powerful impact celebrities can have when they use their influence for good. Simon Cowell, often seen as strict and no-nonsense, revealed a heart capable of great kindness and empathy. Richard Goodall showed how music and sincere involvement can comfort and support those in need. For the fans' family, this encounter was a treasure that brought comfort during their sorrow. They were consoled by knowing that their loved ones' final moments were filled with joy, laughter, and the presence of people who cared. It served as a touching reminder that even in the face of death, beauty can be found in human connections and the small acts of kindness that make a big difference. This story also resonated with the public, moved by the humanity and compassion shown by both Simon and Richard. It served as a powerful reminder that no matter how famous or wealthy one might be, we all have the ability to make a positive difference in someone's life through simple, heartfelt gestures. Simon Cowell and Richard Goodall's visit was about more than just making headlines. It was about honoring a fan's last wish and providing comfort during one of life's toughest moments. Ultimately, the fans' final goodbye was not just a farewell, but a celebration of life, love, and the connections that make us human. This visit transformed a potential moment of sorrow into an occasion of hope and joy, leaving a lasting impact of kindness that will be remembered for many years. This gesture showed that small acts of kindness could illuminate the darkest times, creating lasting memories that celebrate life and the connections that define our humanity. What really makes Darci Lynne stand out isn't just her talent, but the sheer amount of hard work, dedication, and passion she poured into her craft way before she became well-known. Darcy was perfecting a special skill, ventriloquism, that would eventually shoot her to stardom. But getting to the top wasn't just about having a unique talent. It involved endless hours dedicated to perfecting her craft, connecting with her audience, and staying true to who she was from the start. Darcy's path to mastering her skill wasn't just about talent. It was about hard work, turning her into the performer who would soon win over millions. The making of Darcy's unique style. From when she was very young, Darcy was captivated by ventriloquism after seeing a performance that sparked a deep interest in her. While many kids might watch a show and forget about it soon after, Darcy's curiosity drove her to dive deep into this rare art form. Her initial fascination quickly turned into a deep passion, and she set out to master the challenging skill of projecting her voice and making her puppets seem alive. However, mastering ventriloquism isn't simple. It requires intense focus, precise vocal control, and a lot of physical coordination. For Darcy, learning the basics involved spending countless hours in front of a mirror, practicing tirelessly until she could speak perfectly without moving her lips. This task took incredible discipline. Beyond mastering the technical aspects of ventriloquism, Darcy also had to face the big challenge of bringing humor and personality to her performances. Ventriloquism isn't just about making a puppet talk. It's about making the puppet feel real and engaging to the audience. This required Darcy to develop good comedic timing, enhance her storytelling skills, and become great at improvising on the spot. She watched other ventriloquists learn from their techniques and tweak them to develop her own unique style. One key element of Darcy's success was her unique mix of ventriloquism with singing. This combination wasn't common in ventriloquist acts and quickly became her signature move. Darcy's puppets weren't just funny. They could sing, and so could she. Having a great singing voice along with her puppetry skills gave her an edge over others. Each puppet had its own personality and voice, which made Darcy's performances more lively and allowed her to show off not just her skills as a ventriloquist, but also her wide vocal range. Behind the scenes, Darcy's dedication was unwavering. She didn't just depend on her natural talent, she practiced for hours every day, refining her routines, coming up with new material, and making sure each of her puppets had a distinct and memorable personality. Whether it was a bold, confident diva puppet or a sweet, shy character, Darcy brought them all to life with such charm and realism that audiences instantly fell in love with them. As Darcy got ready for her big audition on America's Got Talent, she knew this was her chance to really shine. She had been performing locally at various events and talent shows, but America's Got Talent was on a whole different level. It was a national platform, and the competition was tough. Darcy approached her audition with careful planning and sharp focus. She thoughtfully chose her song, the character of her puppet, and even her presentation style, knowing well that first impressions matter a lot. When Darcy finally stepped onto the stage for her audition, she was nervous, but as soon as she introduced her puppet and started her act, she captivated everyone watching. Her ventriloquism was flawless, and her puppet's personality and singing instantly charmed the audience and judges. It wasn't just her technical skill that impressed everyone. Darcy's ability to connect with the audience, making them laugh and enjoy the show while marveling at her talent, was equally impressive. Her performance earned her a standing ovation and the coveted golden buzzer, which sent her straight to the live shows. But Darcy didn't just sit back and relax after her successful audition. Knowing that each new round of America's Got Talent would demand more from her, she faced the pressure with the same determination and strong work ethic that had brought her this far. She spent countless hours preparing new material, perfecting her puppets' voices, and rehearsing her performances again and again. She aimed to surprise the audience each time she took the stage, pushing herself creatively and technically. Darcy's performances on America's Got Talent were nothing short of spectacular. With each round, she brought something new to the table. A new song, a new puppet, a new twist, keeping the judges and audience eagerly anticipating her next move. Darcy didn't just perform, she put on a full show, and her ability as a versatile performer was clearly displayed. Whether she was singing a touching ballad or delivering a hilarious comedic act, Darcy's skill in shifting between different emotions and characters made her a standout performer. Could the truth behind Darcy Lynne's AGT story be even deeper than we think? Or is it just part of the show's big production? Let us know, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.